Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $, usual 50-50. Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC. And remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping, $, usual 50-50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20, with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Oh,
Yo, yo,
what is that?
yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormy
Oh.
B Man, and I am back. Welcoming you to Nerds on Culture with Stormy B Man for this Monday, June 9th, 2025. This is number 123 in our series of nerds, and today we're gonna go back to remembering grade school cafeteria meals. Yeah. So it's going to bring back a lot of memories for all of you. Some of y'all went to school just to get the meals. Yeah, because you ain't learned a damn thing. That's why the way of the world is what it is today, because we can see everything's all messed up. You ate all that bad stuff, got it in your body, continued to eat bad and poor, even when you became an adult. So look at you now. Like Scarface said in the movie, look at you, So with no further ado, allow me to introduce my partner in crime for the show. We got Drew Titan in the building this evening with me. What's going on, man? We're talking about the cafeteria lunches today, man.
You know, I like school lunch, but what is this? Is this
Dude.
America? Wait, what is this? That right there, that's an American?
Well, if you blow up the picture, what it is, it looks like it's like chicken tenders or something with some sauce over it over rice. It's kind of hard to see,
Yeah.
But that's what that is. And they got a little bit of fruit there on the plate with an apple and some green peas, and of course the
Nobody ate the
milk.
peas.
Huh?
Nobody ate the peas. Nobody ate the mixed vegetables. And salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all remember it. The Lord, you know what? This is more of an updated version of school lunch because it didn't look like that.
No, it didn't look like that because that is an updated version. And I made sure to grab at least one capture of an up-to-date lunch. And believe it or not, when I was combing through for the images, there were quite a few that had like a burger or some form of burger.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the pizzas, believe it or not a lot of the chicken or fish, but just kind of an assortment of stuff that it's like when you look at it, it's like, you know what? I don't even remember getting served that, but it looks yucky, Some of our school lunches were pretty good. I mean, we waited for certain days of the week for certain meals to be served to us. So, with that being said, just like these young folks behind us here, let me see if I can arrange the picture differently so we can see. Yeah, there we go. So we can see homie look like I ain't got time to talk. he bearing down on his lunch, bro.
School lunch growing up for me actually wasn't bad. It actually wasn't bad. By the time I got to high school, we wasn't really eating school lunch. We was like going out. Like we like, I ain't even gonna lie, man. A lot of times we snuck out the building and came back. But school lunch that I remember elementary school. When you got there early, and I was always fashionably late. When you got there early, they had the basic cereal, and it was sometimes a cereal because my dad wasn't big on the sugar cereals.
Yeah.
But if you got to school early enough, one of the kids was like, "Yo, guess what they had this morning?" We was like, "What?" They had the Cocoa Puffs. We was like, "What?" In the small boxes. Remember those?
Yeah, the little boxes. Sometimes you could pour the milk in the box.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Now,
here's
the thing. The servings were just what you needed. So if you had the small box of cereal, they gave you the little plastic bowl. You poured the milk that you see there. That's enough to get it in there. You ate that. That was your breakfast.
Right.
Then lunchtime, right? Everyone started running to school early because if you came early, you got the Lucky Charms, the Let me tell you how old I am, y'all. Cinnamon Toast Crunch wasn't invented yet. It was Cocoa Puffs, it was Fruit Loops, Raisin Bran, Cheerios, Cornflakes, Rice Krispies, and these are the assortments. Chocolate Rice Krispies, all the sugary cereals. You had to get there early.
Right.
Early, right? If not, you had to get the cornflakes and get a pack of sugar and dump it in there, right? So after that, when you had lunch later on, they were really good, I must say, at putting the 4 food groups in there to make sure that you had a balanced diet.
I agree. Yeah.
So you was consuming, as a child, you was consuming under 1,000 calories. A lot of kids, of course, didn't eat the vegetables. Like those green peas look disgusting right now. They had the hot veggies. It was the carrots and the green beans. You know, didn't eat that much, and they had a protein there. Everyone liked the protein. Now, let me ask you a question. Your favorite school lunch growing up, whether it was elementary school or junior high school, because I did like both. What was your favorite lunch?
I ain't gonna lie, man. When they had pizza day, bro.
Pizza was good.
Pizza at my school, them big rectangular square pieces of pizza.
Yeah.
Sometimes it had a little pepperoni on it. But most times it had those little balls of what was supposed to be sausage on there. But that cheese that was on there, if you were lucky enough, you could get you a slice that had the cheese that was kind of a yellowish color, you know, but it was supposed to be like a mozzarella or whatever, but it was it had turned under those lamps and stuff, it turned a little yellowish. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, because I know you're a healthy dude and you talk healthy, but when it had that little bit of oil on the top of it,
brother, I wasn't always eating like that. I was a fat
man. I used to love that pizza, bro. I be asking people, "Hey, you want your pizza?"
Yes, and you know what? There was always that one kid that didn't eat.
Yeah,
and everyone would pound that. Yo, let me get that. I'll never forget. There was a little Jewish kid who looked like Rick Moranis. His name was Jason Bellotti. He was cool as hell though, but he was just like a little high speed or whatever, you know, a little slow but smart. You know, one of those kids. He wore glasses. He looked like a little Rick Moranis. You remember the actor Rick Moranis? Looked just like him, and he never ate. And on the days where someone had like the great lunch, he would go up, get his tray, and just sit down and start reading the book. We're like, "Yo, Jason, you want it?" He'd be like this. Go ahead and eat it. And those pizzas, Stormy, when it sat under the light, it get a little crispy. Oh my God, it was soft. And then it was good.
Dude, that pizza was off the chain. You know that pizza was better than some pizzerias and pizza you get from a pizzeria. It was something else, man. And it's funny because everybody didn't eat it though. It's like, so there were those times when you could get, you know, bum it off of somebody or make a trade or something, you know, because that's another thing we used to do. Make a trade.
Night Train, you from the Shy, right? I think Night Train is from the Shy. I think you from the Shy, Night Train.
Yeah, Night Train out there, yeah. He said Freeport, Illinois school lunches straight sucked.
I did like pizza day. Did y'all have the grilled cheese in the like the plastic bags, kind of see through the grilled cheese?
Dude,
man. You're
bringing back memories now. You bringing back memories because that was another one that you look forward to. Tell me, how was it warm and moist but crispy at the same time?
How'd they do that? How'd they do that?
You know what I'm saying?
That's wild, bro.
Man, we used to eat that stuff up, bro. We used to eat it up, man. And you know what? It's like sometimes it make lunchtime a lot more fun. You be laughing and playing and having a good time and stuff. Yeah. But every once in a while, a fight will break out because somebody tried to G somebody's stuff. It's like,
yeah. You know what was wild though? in junior high school, by the time you get to junior high school, your mind's a little more crazier. And one of my buddies got in trouble. Now I'm just gonna say this and y'all just use your imagination. I forgot what day of the week it was, but it was hot dog day. Hot dog day. You can imagine why we was getting in trouble all over the place.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
My boy, he took the hot dog and put it in his pants and zipped it up halfway and put it on a bun and was walking to his table. He's like, here. The dean walked right up on him, grabbed him. He said, "Get there! What are you doing?" Yo, the whole lunchroom fell out. It was funny. It was funny. He was like, here. We was like, The dean moved the table out the way and grabbed him. "What are you doing?" It was funny, man. He was always in trouble, man. He was but hot dog day, the hot dogs, you know, they taste good, man. Pizza day was good, but grilled cheese day was only in elementary school for me.
Okay.
And everybody ate it. Like me and my boys, like a couple of months ago, we was talking about, yo, you remember the grilled cheese in school? It's like, yo, I made 1 million grilled cheese in the house. I can't get it to taste like that.
Never get it to taste like that, brother.
You know what I think that was? You know what cheese I think that was? I think that was the welfare cheese, man.
Yes, that's what I was recently talking to somebody about that too. A lot of people like try to deny how good the government cheese was, man. The government cheese was the best cheese, bro. That's what I think they put on the pizza too. Because I'm telling you, that little bit of oil that be on the top, it's like, it's not grease like today grease, you know, but it was like from the actual ingredients or whatever that it just, and it had flavor to it. It had,
and that bread,
flavor.
that wasn't Wonder Bread either.
No,
that was something else. I don't know what that was, but by the time we got it, I don't know how in that pack, it was warm, it was crispy, but soft in the middle. I'm like,
that's what I said. It was like moist, but at the same time crispy and warm. How did they do that?
I don't know how they did that, man.
And you get it in that little pouch, that little bag. It's like, how the hell they do that, man?
I don't know. It's science, man. But that was crazy, man. Mr. Shelton said Catfish Day. Nah, bro. That's a down south thing. Gotta be, because we didn't have that. Matter of fact, we didn't eat fish.
When we had fish, sometimes on a Friday, it was that supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be codfish, and it was like a square piece, sort of like you could get at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was square. And I remember there was another one. Every once in a while, we would have like this, I don't know if it's like, it's supposed to be turkey and gravy, you know, with a lump of mashed potatoes on it. You know, they scoop it and put it on there and drench the gravy over it.
Oh shit, we did have fish. I'm sorry. It was a fish sandwich with a cheese baked into the middle of it.
Okay.
We did have that. Yes, thank you for reminding me. We had it was
so you asked me what was my favorite, what was your favorite lunch?
Oh man, you just remember about that fish. That fish was good as hell too. Night Train got a question for you. Let me pull up the comment section because I had it on the media.
Let's see here.
We didn't have fish sticks. I do remember the fish sandwich, and for somehow they had a piece of cheese in the bread, like in the breaded fish. It was really good. But we only had that like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Salute to Night Train. He says, I wanted to ask Stormy, did he remember the Black Expo at the amphitheater? My dad used to take me. Yeah, I remember the Black Expo, man. That was a very long time ago when the amphitheater was open, man. I think that's where my dad went to watch Leonard and Hagler.
Oh, wow.
At the amphitheater. I think that's where he saw it. And if it wasn't that one, it might have been the Thriller in Manila. I know it was one of the big fights. I was young, but I think it might have been. No, it might have been the Thriller in Manila that he saw at the amphitheater. Because back then they used to have what they call closed circuit TV fights.
Yeah, closed circuit. Yeah.
And the amphitheater, Chicago amphitheater, was a place where they would hold big events and stuff like that. But yeah, Night Train, salute to you. I remember that definitely.
I think my favorite, you know what it was, man? My favorite, the pizzas are running up. The pizzas are running up. But darn it, they had these chicken burgers.
Okay.
Now, looking back at it now, it was like the old chicken McNuggets on the inside, but no, not really. You know how when the chicken McNuggets came back out and they say now with all white meat, and I'm like, what the hell was we eating before?
Yeah.
You was eating chicken parts. They had a chicken patty burger that was so good. And I'll never forget this. And this might be why I like that burger. They had cheeseburger day, and you could select the cheeseburger or the burger without the cheese or whatever for the kids that were seriously lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
And then they had the next day was the chicken patty day, right? And it was on a regular bun, and it was so good. I hope it was chicken. They told us it was chicken, and it was like buttery. And this little girl that I had a crush on used to sit next to her in the lunchroom. I used to try and rip the ketchup packs and put it on. She says, no, do it like this. Rip it, put it in the tray. Like you see, like the little girl has it right here.
Yeah. She
put the ketchup in there. She said, just dip it. And ever since then, when I did eat out and I had my French fries, I did it like that.
Yeah.
So, but that chicken patty burger was so good. And then one day I came there and the lunchroom lady, she said, I put cheese on it today. We were like, yo. And it was the government damn cheese that was on the grilled cheese.
Yep.
Stormy, she only did that about 5 times for the whole school year. We was like, oh, she put the cheese on it this week? Oh, nah. Bro, those chicken patty burgers were the absolute best. They were the best. We would get that with some tater tots. We didn't have French fries. We had some tater tots.
The tater tots is an old school cafeteria staple, aren't they? It's like, and the French fries were a treat because you didn't get those too much.
Right.
But the tater tots, they would have them. And every once in a while, they'll be seasoned. Remember?
Yes.
Every once in a while. Not all the time, but every once in a while. And then I remember when Burger King would do that. They don't do it anymore, but there was a little time when they would bring the seasoned tater tots. Dunkin' Donuts has them on the regular. If you buy the tater tots at Dunkin' Donuts, they're seasoned. Yeah. But yeah, at the grade school, tater tots were always pretty cool. And that's what used to get my ketchup. I'd be dunking them bad boys in that ketchup in the old school tater tots, man.
And I'm going to tell you something else that I did like. I didn't mind drinking the regular milk back then. I didn't mind.
It taste different?
It did, man. It did. It balanced everything out.
And you even, if you open the carton and you smell it, I can still remember distinctly what that milk used to smell like. Right. And you can open up milk today and it doesn't smell like what I remember it smelling back then.
Now, the chocolate milk, because I see y'all in the chat, the chocolate milk was banging, but here was the trick. Here's how they got us. You got the regular milk if you wanted the chocolate, because then they had that, and before you walked off to go to the lady to show your lunch card or whatever, right, they had some stuff that you can purchase. You could purchase a bag of chips, or they had the chocolate milk. And back then, in my school, it was elementary school, it was like 1980 something. It was like 10 cents or something. And I didn't keep, I was a kid. I didn't keep no money on me. But I did, a couple of times I bought some chocolate milk. And even that tastes different.
Yeah.
You know, but my gosh, man, my gosh. Did you like the fried chicken? It was okay.
It
I
was
just don't like
okay.
the chicken on a bone.
Sometimes the chicken would be dry, and then sometimes it would taste like, I think the closest thing that I could recall, if you remember the old banquet TV dinners or something like that, that's kind of what it would remind me of.
Yeah. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But man, that was that was real good, man. I really didn't. You know what? Was there any kind of meals that you didn't understand, that you don't understand to this day? That it was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, sometimes they would put together, like, it would be some shredded up stuff that's supposed to be like slaw or something. I didn't know what that was. I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah,
I would sniff it, like, and it's like you could tell they put mayo in it or something. It was like I didn't want that. Then sometimes they would mix some fruit with some veggies. Did you ever see that? Where
No.
it was like you have like a grape or what's that, sliced peaches with some I guess we could call it like garden salad type deal. It was like,
that's weird.
Like that. Yeah, man, they used to do that. Matter of fact, a moment ago when I had that image up on the screen, I think it was in that image. Hold on a second. Where's that image at?
I did like the cup of fruit. I didn't really eat the veggies. I ain't even gonna lie.
No, that looked like sliced pineapple right there.
That looked like dew. DEW.
D.
You.
Look at this one here.
Okay, that is atrocious.
They got what looks like pork and beans, broccoli, carrots. Look like that might be chocolate milk, maybe some peaches in a cup, some kind of sandwich right there on wheat roll, and a banana.
Oh.
Man,
that's a bit much for a kid.
That's a tray laxative, if you ask.
Yeah, these kids are sitting in the class farting. That'll destroy them.
Dude,
pork and beans, broccoli.
Like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
And then then you get one of those asshole teachers that don't want to let you use the bathroom.
Dude,
like, nah, bro, you might want to let them go.
I'm telling you, chocolate milk, pork and beans, broccoli, carrots, peaches, a banana, and who knows what's on that wheat bread. I see a little lettuce sticking out. But whatever
they're about to send that kid to get.
That's a walking laxative right there for you.
They're about to send that kid to get a colonoscopy the next day. Like, what the hell? Why would you do that? That is wild.
No, man.
Goodness. My goodness. I did like the fruit cups. I wasn't really a fan of the veggies. I did like the chocolate milk. The veggies was always mixed. They never came like that.
Right.
The veggies was always mixed. Always mixed.
Yeah, mixed veggies was the thing they would have all the time. Can we figure out what is on her tray? It looks like it's two parts.
I do remember the sloppy joes. We did have a sloppy joe.
Yeah, sloppy joes were kind of frequent too. They had that a lot. Sometimes you could probably get sloppy joes twice a week.
Yeah. It was
one of those things they would have often.
Like the young lady got spinach, chicken, that's some milk. It looked like watermelon and an orange.
Let me read a little bit of history on these cafeteria lunches, man, because again, you know me, I try to grab something to provide a little bit of an educational backdrop on this. It says the first American school lunch programs launched in the 19th and early 20th centuries were simple and focused on providing nutritious meals to students who needed them. Initially, they were often local philanthropic philanthropic, have trouble with that word.
Mhm.
Students who initiatives driven by reformers who recognize the link between nutrition and educational outcomes. Early school lunches typically included items like soup, bread, and milk, and sometimes more elaborate dishes like celery soup with croutons, stuffed tomatoes, or baked beans. Goes on to say, here's a more detailed look at the origins and early offerings. Early programs between the 1890s and the 1910s, cities like Boston and Philadelphia began offering school lunches, often through programs like penny lunches or home economics initiatives.
Yeah.
Simple fare, early lunches focused on basic, affordable food staples, often incorporating agricultural and surpluses to keep costs down. Community involvement. These programs were often driven by local groups, volunteers, and even schools' home economics departments, highlighting the importance of community support. Nutritional focus. While early programs weren't always perfect in terms of modern nutritional guidelines, they were praised for providing balanced meals to children who might not otherwise have them. National recognition. The success of early school lunch programs, along with the challenges of wartime food shortages, led to the passage of the National School Lunch Act of 1946, which established the National School Lunch Program and formalized the government's role in providing school lunches. In summary, the first American school lunches were a mix of community initiatives, simple food, and a growing recognition of the importance of nutrition in education and public welfare.
Mm.
You see, sometimes it's good to just reach back into a little bit of, just understanding these initiatives and what were a part of what they were doing. And notice even back then, the acknowledgement of kids who might not have otherwise had access to these balanced meals.
This is
In
very
other words, there were always people who were poor and may not have had the best of what you can provide a family, whether you were working or not. There was a thing called struggle, and it was meted out amongst the American people, not just the community, but the American people as a whole, which is one of the reasons why historically, if you look back, when people actually worked together and you had soup lines and things like that, it's like many people could reap the benefits of pulling together. Today, people use programs like that and abuse them. You got people who are abusive with that. They might not even need or be in need, but they'll go and take advantage because it's being offered to the less fortunate or those who have not. And they're standing in the way of the progress. If anything, they should volunteer to assist to help dispense and disperse the meals and have so that there could be greater access for people who really truly need. And see, that's where we've fallen off as a nation, because even though we had segregation that was extremely strong, when you talk about the early parts of this country's development, you still had a certain amount of people working together, and in other words, people recognize we can't make it if we don't help each other,
Correct.
And that's something that's very important with this. School lunches were always an issue with politicians. When I was growing up, that was something that was a part of their campaign ticket. They had things to say about that. You don't even hear people talk about that anymore.
Oh man, this is why the show is about to get very deep. because you're touching on something, man. And I see everyone in the chat: T. Berry, King Bonnie. Salute to the Black Panthers, Joe the Beast, 78 Sports TV, the General. Salute, brother.
Salute, General. What's happening, brother? General, you want a link to come up and talk about this with us? You're welcome. I'll send you a link if you want.
Let me say this. Not in my neighborhood, but in the South Bronx, parts of Brooklyn, schools were open during summer, not only for summer school, but it was open to the public in the less fortunate neighborhoods, like you said, and the adults would be able to go in there for breakfast and lunch. There was parents that would send their kids because it took a load off. If you didn't have, if your parents weren't making the ends meet for whatever reason, the least you can do is get a meal. You know, I would go down to some friends' neighborhoods down there. They'd be like, yo, man, I'll be outside. I gotta go get lunch real quick. And I'm thinking they're going to the store or something. No, they're running into the school. And they sit down and eat, and then they come back out. Sometimes I'm going to the school with them. And, you know, you didn't make fun or glorify growing up poor. You didn't make fun of that. You didn't glorify that. It wasn't cool.
Right.
And school, you know, they took pride in school. When I say pride, I mean this. You repped your high school.
Right.
All right. Your basketball team, your football team, your wrestling team, right? There was a criteria that you had to meet in order to pass gym. In my school, you had to do a certain amount of push-ups. You had to do a certain amount of sit-ups to get a decent grade. We used to have pull-up contests.
Yeah, I remember that. We had them too.
Yeah, we like see who runs the fastest, who can do the most push-ups. And that was something to talk about. Nowadays, these gym teachers just show up and it's like, man, you know, just show up to gym. I'm just gonna pass you. I mean, it's ridiculous. And look at the country now. These kids are overweight.
You remember in the gymnasiums, they used to always have the pull-up bars with the ladder that
yes,
up and everything up there for you to exercise on and everything.
Yes.
Some schools had the rope that will go all the way up to
the top.
Yep. And things like that. You don't even see that stuff anymore in the school.
No, because somebody gonna have a heart attack and they're gonna say it's too dangerous. And you know, and you've seen the pussification of this country. These kids are fatter. These kids have high cholesterol. These kids are lazy. These kids are medicated up. But they legalize marijuana. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. And it's like, man. And so this school lunch thing. And even today, I saw a school lunch, like one of my kids, and I'm like, what the fuck is Skittles doing on your school lunch plate?
Right.
Skittles? I was like, oh my God.
That's one of the worst things that you could put on a plate for ridiculous. Kids. Salute to the General in the building. What's happening, General? How you doing, bro?
Hey, peace, brothers. How y'all doing, man?
Yes, sir. We chilling, baby. Chilling.
Yeah, I seen the topic. I said, oh, man, this nostalgia right here. And school lunches, man. Those the good old days, man. I'm talking about school lunches. I even from elementary school. See, I'm like, I can go to. In elementary school, I took a lunch to school. My mom always packed my lunch, but then when I got to middle school, we started having like lunches at school. You know, with my father being in the military. You know what I'm saying? We, I think at this time, I was in Germany. We left California, went to Germany, and I remember, man, it was like the pizza. You remember the square pizzas?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what we opened up talking about. Matter of fact, we're gonna issue you the same question because Drew and I talked about our favorites. What was your favorite cafeteria lunch in school?
Man, mine honestly was the square pizza day. Either that or when I was in high school in Utica, New York, they used to serve burgers, right? And man, we'd be outside getting high and come back to school just for lunch. We come back to school and I'm talking about we be out there getting high and just skipping school, wasting our life away. and then go back to school for lunchtime, and you can get seconds. So you can go up there and get you a burger or something, get your food, get your tray, eat, and then go back up there if you wanted to, man. It was cool, man. I'm like, man, that was the truth. So yeah, I would say either them burgers but probably the square pizzas.
Now, gentlemen, I'm gonna take you back to my comment about it earlier. Do you remember when they used to make those school pizzas, man, them square pizzas, that sometimes you'll get that slice, and I was telling Drew in the chat this earlier, describing it, make your mouth water, because they taste better than some of the pizzas that come from restaurants, but it had that cheese on the top, and when it was under them lamps, it get a little yellow, and it had a little bit of oil on the top of it,
right?
A little bit, but it gave it flavor, and it was like, man, that pizza was so doggone good, man. It was the big old rectangular squares of pizza, man.
And they got the recipe for that school lunch pizza online. They tried to bring it back, but I think they changed because of law or something. I think they changed one of the ingredients or something. But
no longer got government cheese in it. That's right, what it is.
Yeah, you can check. It's online though. The recipe. It was a lot of people talking about it a couple years ago.
Man, but you like the grilled cheese?
The grilled cheese?
Yeah.
No, I didn't like the school grilled cheese. I like because my mom made grilled cheese so good, man. The school grilled cheese just threw me off. It wasn't like real grilled cheese to me. It was like it was doable. You know what I'm saying? And when you're hungry,
it was government cheese. I loved it.
Yeah, it was alright though to me. But by the time I get them, they be soggy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit, I must be first in line because on grilled cheese day, we tear that up. Now, what is this? Those beets?
Is that Sloppy Joe?
Yeah,
it look like Sloppy Joe.
Is that potato salad? Hell no.
No, I ain't eat no potato salad at school.
And
I'm gonna tell you something underrated. Yo, that I miss. Yo, them milks used to be fire, bro.
I said that, bro.
Yeah, we talked about that too. We talked about it.
Them milks used to be fire coming out that box. Yeah, I used to love them joints.
And we talked about that cereal that they used to serve in the little boxes. Remember, General?
Yeah.
And you could open the box up and pour the milk inside the box.
Yeah, you had to get to school early for that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, who's eating beets and potato salad in school?
I don't know who ate that, man.
Nah, no, you don't do that. That's danger zone. First of all, beets is an acquired taste.
It sure is, because I grew up not liking them. I became more tolerant as an adult, but I didn't like beets when I was a kid.
But I don't eat potato salad anyway. And that looks disgusting to me. I got to think about mayonnaise. I don't eat mayonnaise. Yeah. When I was eating tuna, I did it with mustard. Yeah, I know it's weird, but I had tuna and mustard. This is straight disgusting. Now the sloppy joes was pretty good. Sloppy joes was pretty good, man. But
there was something else that they used to make.
Yo, there was something that it looked like. I called it impasta pizza. You know what it looked like? It was a disc bread, and it had little meat pebbles on it. And for years, I was like, what the fuck? Yo, me and my boys was like, yo, what was that? Because nobody ate it. We'd sit down and be like, what is this? The kids be like, yo, what is this? And even the teacher was like, yo, Miss Dowling, what is this? She says, I don't know. You eat it. No, what is this? I never knew what that was. So it looked like little shit pellets, like if a rabbit took a dump, little shit pellets on it. I'm like,
pizza though?
It smelled like, it looked like ground beef, but it was like little pebbles. It was on like a disc of warm bread, but it wasn't pizza. I'm like, what is this? Man, I just drank the milk and ate the cup of fruit and just stared at this shit. And to this day, I don't know the name of it. And everyone knows what I'm talking about, but we don't know the name of it. I can't find it online or nothing. I put meat bread disc.
I gotta go to you, bro. You know, I still got pictures from middle school, man, in my photo album downstairs, and I swear I got a picture of that fucking school pizza, bro.
Yo,
I got
bro,
pictures.
I need to see that though. I need to see
Yeah,
that.
my wife tried to get me to throw all them. Yeah, I get it. I'm let me see if I can. Hold on a second. 1 second.
Yeah, meat disc pizza.
Now this comment right
had
here.
no sauce on it.
This comment right here, Universal. Now you know, Stormy B-Man was not going to get through this show without talking about this. In fact, hold tight, Drew. Hold it down for one second.
Yeah. I got you.
Hold it down for me.
The school lunches was great, but we did have some desserts, and I'm gonna tell you something else. There must be. It must be that's what I'm looking for. A prejudice against strawberry milk. But did y'all know that the plain milk, the chocolate milk, but one time they had a case of strawberry milk in that. I saw it one time in elementary school and we never saw it again. And I was lucky enough. The lady came and put the tray out there. We was like, oh, strawberry. And they didn't charge us for that. They just gave it away. So I skipped past the chocolate milk and grabbed the strawberry. And it was good. And they did that 2 times and I never saw it again. I tell people about them having the small strawberry milks like that and people don't believe me. But the cats that went to school with me all that time, they remember. But I saw that one time. They did it twice. On one occasion, they did. I was like maybe in 4th grade. And I never saw it again.
Now, since Universal asked about that, I'm going to show y'all something. You see this right here?
Oh, snap.
That's it right there.
Super donut. Got that super donut.
There it is.
Now,
There it is. Universal truth in chat. This is what they used to give us, bro. This
let me
was
tell you
it.
something about that. Let me tell you something about that.
Listen.
That wasn't in my elementary school and it wasn't in my junior high school. My brother was in high school. He got a hold of that for a little while. Then we didn't see it anymore. And then I learned the place that manufactures that is nowhere in New York. It's not in New York. So by the time I got to high school, I never got to try that. It was gone.
Dude,
Damn it.
let
I
me
never
tell
had
you
that.
something. They had in the mornings before first class or whatever. Sometimes when you walk into the school, you can smell them because they put them in the oven to warm them up a little bit.
Oh,
Right.
That and a chocolate milk, man,
Oh.
your toes will be balled up like this in your shoes, eating on them super donuts, man. It wasn't nothing like them. I
that
mean,
must be heaven.
you could go to Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, any of that. No, this super donut right here. This
I'm
right
looking
here.
through this. Looking through this photo album. I don't know if this is the right one, but I'm trying to find that. My middle school. I see some high school stuff. I'm trying to find that middle school picture.
That's really bothering me. I don't know what that meat pie was, and I never had a super donut in my life.
Dude, that's
Donut's good, bro. It was good, but you take that some milk with it, it's a wrap.
some milk, yep. And I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta warm it up just for a few minutes, because back then there was no microwaves when I was in school, right? So they warm them in the oven only for a couple of minutes, right?
Yeah.
And them bad boys get that little glaze to them because they warm. Man,
Yeah. With that old, y'all in the chat, no microwaves and rotary phones, okay?
Man,
With that old.
I'm gonna have to go in my basement, man, and looking for my other one tomorrow. Other photo album, man. This is the wrong one. This high school. I got one from middle school, bro. Well, my wife wanted me to get rid of it.
How old was you when you got your first touch tone phone in your crib?
Touchdown.
Yeah. I remember when that was like uppity, new technology.
I don't remember. I think we had one. I don't know. I think my parents got one probably early 90s or something. Probably early 90s.
they came. No, I would say It was rotary up until it had to be
85.
the early to mid 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember the rotary for a long time. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden we had, and then like we would get the ones that everybody did this. Now tell me if you didn't do it, fine. But everybody I know it in the kitchen, you had a phone on the wall in the kitchen. And it had like a 20-foot cord on it or something.
Yeah, you can walk all over the house.
You can walk all through the house. Talking on the damn phone.
Man.
You wait a minute. You reminded me of something I forgot about, man. Yo, my mom's almost lynched herself in the kitchen one day.
Yeah. It's like,
wait a minute.
that damn cord was like 20 feet long. You can walk all the way to the back door. Get y'all asses back in the yard.
Yeah.
And then come on back.
My mom was in the kitchen talking shit with her sister, my aunt, right? So I went to go get another plate of food, right? I'll never forget this. I was in the living room and she used to like watching Hunter. You remember we spoke about that show, Hunter?
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah, we
Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Right. So I get up to go get a plate of food. She's in the kitchen, right? The phone rang. She goes to get it. Yo, I don't know what she slipped on, but she did the boogie in place like on some Scooby-Doo shit, and somehow the cord got around her neck, and she fell and grabbed the counter, and it's around her neck. And I hear my aunt going, hello, hello? And she's like, hold on. And I'm standing there, and I'm shaking because it was a slipper flew in the air, and I turned around and left the kitchen. Yo,
Damn,
man.
She came back. She came to the living room and saw me laughing. She said, I'm going to fuck you up.
But look here. Am I lying, though? It was always the one in the kitchen that had that super long-ass cord. All the other phones in the house, the one that sit on the table, the one that sit in the living room, it's
they
like
sold the 20-foot and the 50-foot at Radio Shack.
Dude, it was ridiculous, man. It was ridiculous.
Oh, and that shit wrapped around her throat. That was some Final Destination shit. Oh, that was funny.
And how about this? When it was rotary phones and you misdial, you gotta hang up and start off.
You're like, fuck! Hang up and start over again.
Oh, damn! Hang up, start over.
Oh my God. Oh, that was funny. Rotary phones, man. Oh my God, man. I wanna know, is there like a school lunch recipe online? Because I want to know what those chicken patties were. Because after junior high school, I never saw them again. And they smelled so good. You remember how they used to smell? They smelled so good, man. I'm like, oh, it's chicken day, it's chicken patty day. Oh man. And after junior high school, never saw them again.
This image here.
Where's that? That's not even in America, bro. Hell no, I'm eating that.
Them look like some northern beans.
Look at those greens.
Got greens on there. A roll. That ain't no piece of cornbread. Sweet potatoes. And look like that's either roasted potatoes or peaches. And that chicken got a glaze on it, 78. You see that glaze?
Man, that chicken look super good, man.
Oh man.
Man, I bet y'all remember mock chicken legs?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
love them shits.
That look good right there. Look at those greens.
And then they got a little couple blueberries, I think. That's a couple blueberries. Wow, that's a good lunch right there. You know what? You eat that and you in school, you ain't gonna learn nothing the rest of the day. You're gonna have the itis.
That can't be America. They don't do it like that.
That is ridiculous, man.
Unless it's in one of those communities.
That is amazing right there. I mean, that's a meal.
Oh my gosh. He said that ain't Chicago. It ain't New York either, brother, for real. He got a half a chicken right there, bro.
It sure is.
I ain't
you can't get that at KFC, man. It's like
those greens. I'm gonna say they probably need some seasoning though. I know better.
Them greens, yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah,
take out
yeah,
that
I'm being
peach
hungry
hot
looking at
sauce.
that. Yeah, that's nice right there. That's nice.
Man.
Where can I get those damn patties from, man? Everybody remembers that. They forget about it until I bring it up. And I'm like, you remember the chicken sandwich? They're like, yeah. The chicken sandwich was better than the burger. And it's the chicken sandwich number 1. The cheeseburger was number 2. And number 3 was the fish sandwich with the cheese baked in the middle of it. I don't know how they did that. The fish sandwich was good. But what the hell was that? It wasn't even like it looked like a pita bread, but it wasn't pita at all. And it had little holes poked in it too. Do you remember that? Does this ring a bell? It had little holes poked in it, and it had the meat pebbles on it. And we would get that, be like, yo, whenever we got into the lunchroom and saw it, you hear kids, we go, oh, because nobody ate it. Nobody ate it. We drank the milk. We ate the cup of fruit, and everyone just be staring at it like, what is this? The teachers didn't know. What is this, man? It was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, there were always a day when they served some stuff that you'd be like, oh, man, this is later for this, you know?
Yeah, and that, because I don't know what it was. When we asked the cooks, we was like, the lunch ladies, we were like, yo, what is this? Me no know. That's what she would say, me no know. Me no know.
Yeah,
Just what they want you to eat. I'm like, I ain't eating this.
Straight up serving with stuff that they don't even know, man. It's like,
And this would turn me off. Another young lady that I went to school with, she says, I'm not eating this. This looks like my rabbit's poop. I have a rabbit. And this is what their poop looks like. I said, what? Nah.
Man, do you guys remember them little apple juices, man?
Hell
Yes.
Man.
yeah.
I used to collect a couple of them bad boys, man. They were good, especially when they're a little bit chilled, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the apple juice. The apple juice was great. Barely had the orange juice. It was more of the apple juices.
Now, let me ask you this. There was a secret to drinking it. What's the secret?
Oh, I would take my 2 front teeth and puncture the foil on the top. Squeeze it.
Yeah, you open it, but you had to shake them up.
Oh, you shake them? Yeah.
Yeah, you had to shake them up because that settlement of the sweetness in there, it would settle at the bottom. So if you shake it up real good before you drink it, you know. But that was back then, man. Those apple juices were really good.
Yeah. When we started, by the time we got to junior high school, we had what they call green cards. And the shopping center wasn't far from my school, and we would leave. We'd have to be back within the lunch period. And that was when we go to the corner stores and get up all the, like we talked about on the other shows, all the bad snacks that probably have us pre-diabetic today because of them. The mass consumption of yellow heads and Big Blows, Paws, and Charlie Chan's and all that stuff. Let me tell you the most fat bastard thing I've ever done. This is the most, I mean, Stormy, you remember Knish days? There was no protein. They just gave us a Knish. Those Knishes that they had were a complete circle. It was a complete circle. I went to the store and I got a beef patty. Came to school, sat down in the lunchroom. I took the Knish, right? I opened up the beef patty, put the Knish in the beef patty, put some ketchup in it, and I ate it like a sandwich. And it was great. But I will never, if I do that now, I'd be in the hospital. You just don't do things like that now. That's just crazy. But that was my, I'm missing one important part. You know what I did? This is the crazy part. You remember the bootleg Slim Jims? Not
Yeah.
the real ones, the bootleg ones. I bought 3 of them, broke them in half and put them in the middle of that. And I ate all of that like a sandwich. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I should do that because hey, Stormy, check your email and look at that. I want you to put that on the screen. That's That's me in 1993 with my homies and shit.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh shit, 93. That was a good year.
I'm trying to find this with one of the people. I gotta go in the basement to look through my other pictures. But I just took a picture of that picture.
Yo, I got a high school picture that's gonna bug y'all out. I got a high school picture. Yeah, I got a high school. Matter of fact, Thomas, I'm gonna show y'all a picture of Thomas from the Bronx in high school. And my dumb ass, I had long hair like PM Dawn.
Can y'all see that?
Hey, check me out. I had hair.
Oh shoot!
I had the Jets jacket. I think that's a Jets jacket I had on. A Jets starter jacket.
That's the flight jacket.
It's either the Jets starter jacket or the Eagles. I can't remember. Yeah, the boy had hair on his head, man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna find that pizza picture for y'all.
Good old days, bro. Those are the good old days.
Not a care in the world. Yep, not a care in the world. Yeah. You know, I want to find out. Let me see. On this,
I got something that a lunch that we didn't talk about yet, but it was, hey man, the choke sandwich, 78.
Oh yeah.
What's
with that thick piece of bologna on there. And dude, that sucker, the meat was good though. It was a good piece of meat. And it had that red band around it.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, bro, I eat that to this day, bro.
Bro, one time I bit into it and there was a red band because he didn't take it off.
He didn't take it off, yeah.
And it went through my teeth and cut my damn gums, man.
Oh man.
And I kept eating.
But that thick piece of bologna, back then, bologna was really, really good. A lot better than it is today.
Yeah.
But man, and like when you can make that at home, you fry that bad boy in the skillet a little bit. I know I heard 78 talk about that a few times, but
man, that's my favorite sandwich, pound for pound bologna sandwich, man. Cause I grew up on them. So like, I be my mother and father loved bologna, so they grew up on it. And then my grandma, like when we all go by my grandmother's house, and she had to feed all them grandkids, man, please. She'd send somebody to the corner store, go get $3 worth of bologna. Now you get $3 worth of bologna back in them days, you got enough bologna to feed the city.
That was like that.
That's like 3 pounds.
Yeah, that big round thing like that. It's like yep.
So man, you get that, man. Shoot, she'll fry some of that up, or boil it, or she'll whatever. Sometimes just put it on a slice of bread, and you go back outside and play. So I grew up on that.
Stormy, that's the chicken sandwich right there on the right.
There we go.
That's the chicken sandwich right there. Y'all want to know how old I am? When I was going through elementary school, there was no such thing as a chicken nugget. It wasn't invented yet.
Yeah,
there was no chicken strips. There was no chicken nuggets. It wasn't invented yet.
Sure wasn't. For all y'all that love nuggets and everything, there was no such thing as a chicken nugget.
It was this. This was as bonus as it got right there.
Yeah, chicken nuggets didn't come out to what, the late 80s?
It came out in the
late 80s, not early 90s or something.
Chicken nuggets. In general, check this out. I remember when they re-released it, and they said now made with all white meat. I was like, what the fuck was we eating before?
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
You remember the lawsuit, y'all? Where the dude he ordered a 20-piece nuggets. He's eating it, and he said, "What's wrong with this nugget?" It was a chicken's head dipped in batter.
Oh wow!
I remember that. You remember that?
I remember that. That was on the news and shit.
Yep, it was on the news. McDonald's paid him out, bro. McDonald's paid him out. I'm not gonna rest until I find that pizza, that alien pizza, whatever that was.
And talking about that bologna, 78 and Drew, there was something else now this had nothing to do with school lunches, but it was something that I got introduced to by my granddad. Dude, that hot sausage, hot pan sausage.
Hot pan sausage. Which I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
that's like it's like a, you know, it's hot sausage. You know,
So like breakfast sausage, but it's hot.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's hot. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma loved that.
Yeah, when you get it from like the butcher's counter or whatever, where they mix it up there, they put all that red pepper in there and everything and spice, and it smells a certain kind of way too when you're cooking it. But my granddad introduced that to me, and he used to love him some of that hot sausage, man. I get it every once in a while, but that was really something, man. It was a treat because I had never really had it till he introduced me to it. I was like, man,
let me tell you, that's my dad has a dish. He make, and he's in the South right now. You know, he's on a little vacation, and he used to make this at least once a week. And this is back when I would eat pork and stuff. So he had the pork sausage. He fry those up, then put some tomato sauce, like tomato, like the whole tomatoes in the can into a pan, right, with the onions, and he let that simmer. So then the grease from that sausage,
right.
And I'm not hating on anyone that eats pork. I will say it's the best tasting meat like ever. I just don't do it anymore, but I do remember. And it would simmer, so the grease would get into the sauce, and he cut up an onion, and then he would just make some white rice and just drop a little butter in it. When I tell you, when I go to Florida down there and I hang out at his house, I smell it, I go into convulsions. Because that's nostalgia for me. And my kids, they're like, is Pop gonna make that? But, that's it's crack. I went to his house not too long ago, like right up here, and I'm like, when he opened the door, I'm like, I said, come on, man, I can't eat that. But you know what? I gotta make an exception to eat it like 3 times a year or something, because I haven't had it in so long. But damn, man, I remember that. And he makes it with the hot sausage.
Yeah, that's some good ethnic eating right there, bro.
Yeah.
Pork is hell, man. I'm telling you, man, it's hard to, bro. When I stopped eating pork, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what made me crack when I stopped eating pork. You know, I stopped eating for like years, and I went by my mother's house one time.
Yep. Always.
And she had fried some pork chops. Now I grew up on her pork chops. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the nostalgia, my mouth started watering. I started like you know how like you start talking and the spit come out your mouth, you drooling. Bro, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And my mom said, oh, she's gonna go upstairs. She said, I'll be back. I'm gonna go upstairs and lay down. I'm tired. I said, okay, Mom, go ahead. Man, she left the pork chops out. I got me some bread and made me a pork chop sandwich so quick. And I feel guilty afterward, but that joker was good, boy. I'm telling you.
I know it was.
just go ahead and enjoy it, man. I haven't cracked in a long time, but there's been at least 3 times where I went to the crib and I smelt it. He either just cooked it and packed it up and put it in the fridge, or I know it was real bad. I was in Florida at the crib and I was like, man, I had to go. I jumped in the pool. I just started swimming in the pool, man, doing push-ups and stuff. But man, he said, man, kid, just eat some. And I said, no, because that's how it starts. I was like, no. You know, I'm like, man, but I'm gonna have to. You know what? I might indulge this summer because
y'all ain't never messed with that Tennessee Pride breakfast sausage.
Oh yeah,
man.
Take home a package of Tennessee Pride.
Indeed, my grandma used to take that, man, and I'm telling you, man, in the morning she'll make some Tennessee Pride sausage, fry it in the cast iron skillet, and then she'll make some grits with it. And if she didn't have no grits, she'd make white rice with it, and it still was good. But she had to put them grits, man. Put a sausage patty on top of them grits, man. You take you a nice little spoon and chop that joke up in there, mix it together. Forget about it,
man.
Yeah, good old days, man.
My gosh. See, in this, the mind is a beautiful thing because I could smell it right now. I could smell it, man, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna break. I'm gonna.
If you eat grits, do you like cheese in your grits?
You know what, man? Actually, I don't. I like regular grits with butter. I like butter and salt, man. That's it, man. Like, but I know my sister and them, they like cheese in them. Some people like seafood with their grits and stuff. Me personally, butter.
Yeah,
butter.
I like it with the with American cheese. The American cheese melts in there, and a little butter also, because the cheese is what give it that salty taste. You know, you add salt to it, and man, there's nothing like it, boy. It tastes really good. Grits like that, I can eat a big bowl of that because it's just.
Now that we talk about that, let me make a public service announcement. If y'all are ever out to dinner with me and y'all put sugar in your spaghetti, I'm gonna choke you. I'm gonna choke you. Man, I went out, man. I took this girl out in the 90s. We went to this restaurant right out here in City Island, out here in the Bronx of City Island. That's where the seafood restaurants is. It's good eating. All right, plus all the drug dealers needed somewhere to take their girlfriends, but whatever. Man, I'm sitting at this restaurant. I'm a young dude, and I'm like, all right, I'm prepared to spend at least $250 on this meal with this chick, trying to impress her. This bitch pulls some sugar in packs out of a now the spaghetti's sitting there, and we talking whatever, and then she says, yeah, so she goes in her purse. I'm sorry, I'm missing a very important thing too. She pulled out a little bottle of Tabasco sauce, put it on the table, and I'm just looking at her like, right? Then she takes out a pack of sugar and starts putting it on her spaghetti, and I'm like, what the fuck? But wait, it gets better. It gets better. The guy asked us, what you want for drink? She just said, bring a pitcher of water. I'm like, oh, okay, she don't want another drink. The water comes. Don't you know this chick pulls out a pack of Kool-Aid and puts it in
Oh, wow. She got right to it. You up there, no games. She got right to it.
Of course, she lived in fucking Edenwald Projects, man. I should have.
Oh, my goodness.
I should have known. And she just, what? This is how we saving money. And I'm saying to myself, you're not paying for it, but shout out to you, because she talking about we saving money, but she ain't paying for it. But that was so embarrassing. All those white folk looking like, yo, what the fuck? But there was some other white folks that said, hey, man, that's not a bad idea. I said, chill, man. I said, what is that? She said, this is grape tang. And it had to be grape.
Wow.
Grape tang.
Oh, man.
I drank some. But I said, this is ridiculous.
I ain't mad at her.
The waiter came back and he's looking like, he said something. I know we don't sell that, but he minded his business. He started laughing. He said, oh, yeah. He said, because I'm looking. I know I didn't. Oh, okay. Man, it was ridiculous. She put the Kool-Aid, the grape tang. She said, I just want a pitcher of water. And he brought it, and she went in her purse, and as she's talking, she put the sugar in the spaghetti. She got the Tabasco sauce out her purse, and she took the damn Kool-Aid, whatever, and put it in the thing and started stirring it with a butter knife. And I'm like, I better get some tail tonight, because this shit is embarrassing.
That was BYOKA. Bring your own Kool-Aid.
Girl. Yeah, that I ain't never put sugar in my spaghetti. I like my spaghetti to be savory, but I have seen some of my cousins at like cookouts, they'll have like a sweet spaghetti because she put like a dash of barbecue sauce in her spaghetti for whatever reason. But it's all right. But this is what people hate me for. I put sweetener, not sugar no more, because I don't mess with sugar that much. I use sweetener though. I sweeten up my pinto beans and cornbread. I sweeten that up, black eyed peas, greens, unless the cornbread is Jiffy mix. If the cornbread is Jiffy mix, then you ain't got to sweeten it up. If it's like some traditional cornbread that ain't sweet, I put a little dash, a little sweetener on there, just to you know what I mean. I've been eating it like that since I was a kid. But yeah, man, my mama made me stop doing it with them beans. She caught me one day. I take like 3 big old tablespoons of sugar and pour it on there. She said, "Boy, put all that sugar on them beans. Stop doing that. You're gonna be sick doing that." I said, "Shit, I used to fuck that shit up. I love sweet and savory. I love that shit, man."
Oh,
That's different.
Mm-hmm.
that's different.
Sweet and savory. It's like bacon. Like my favorite breakfast sandwich. Like as a kid, I used to love making. I fry some eggs, fry some bacon, give me some butter toast, and put jelly on it. I love that. That's just my thing. I love that.
Butter toast.
Now, my favorite breakfast thing is some corned beef hash and eggs, man.
Oh Lord have mercy, corned beef
I like
hash.
to cook that corned beef hash and
Get it
cook
crispy.
it and get crispy.
Yeah.
So I put my own little seasonings in there, and man, dude, have me some eggs.
A lot of
with
people
that.
don't know nothing about corned beef hash, man.
Nah, corned beef hash, I miss it.
And the
Corned
cast
beef
iron
hash,
skillet.
I did put syrup in mine. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I put
I
corned
never
beef hash
sweetened up
and
that
syrup.
one.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
sweet and savory because it's got a saltiness to it.
right.
And if you add that syrup, and I know I've had my corned beef hash with pancakes, so I do know
Yes.
that flavor being close. It's like, because you're eating it on the same plate or whatever. So yeah.
Man, I take that cast iron skillet, let it get hot, and open up that can of corned beef hash. Take that spoon, dump it all in there. Then I take the spatula, spread it all out
Spread it out.
over the joint, and then let it cook. Let it cook, get nice and crispy on one side. Turn it, and then I throw 2 eggs in that joker, man, and let it cook together. Take it out, man. I might eat that shit tomorrow. Shit.
I got a certain amount of spices that I add to my corned beef hash, man, that makes it like dynamite, and nothing salty,
Right.
but spicy and a little bit of like an allspice type of deal. But dude, because it's salty enough coming out of the can. But
Right.
I remember this was, man, I was in my early 20s, and me and my boy, we used to sit up and eat and go to McDonald's, and we buy like 2 Big Macs and stuff. They see us coming, they like, oh, here they come. Anyway, one time we was snowed in, and we was hungry like a mug, and I was like, man, I ain't been to the grocery store, nothing in the cabinet but some corned beef hash.
Right.
Well, let's eat some corned beef hash then. Man, I put that. This was the first time I did it this way too. I put that corned beef hash in the cast iron skillet. I still got the same cast iron skillet to this day, bro.
Right.
Put it in there. Put an assortment of my seasonings in there because I wanted to kind of dress it up and make it not just so bland. Corned beef hash. Man, we ate that corned beef hash. My boy told me, he said, "Man, that's the best damn corned beef hash I had in my life."
Yeah, that's how it goes.
He said, man, we was in our early 20s, man. This must have been about 20, 21 years old. It's like,
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Food tastes better when you're snowed in and you got a cupboard full of food and you ain't gotta go nowhere, you ain't gotta go to work or nothing. Food tastes better. You just find your favorite program. I remember I was at my aunt's house and it snowed overnight. Dad got stuck at work. He said, "Don't worry, school's closed." And we was watching, it was a big old thing. We watched Flipper in the morning, the shit with the dolphin, and Big Ben, the show with the bear.
Right.
And my brother used to make, I don't know how he made this oatmeal. My brother used to make this oatmeal. It was just oatmeal in syrup. And it was the best. Oh, and he used to put butter in it. That's the secret. Because years later, I was trying to do it. I said, it don't taste like that. He said, man, you got to put some butter in it. And I said, damn, he used to make it with the milk.
Right.
And it was the best thing. And we sat there. It was all snowing outside. And snow days in the 80s, there used to be like 12 feet of snow on the ground.
man, do you remember those snow
Yeah,
times, man?
Yeah. It don't snow like that no more. So we was just sitting there. I remember, and he says, yo, we're going to kill the rest of this oatmeal because Auntie going to the store. So we killed it. I had a big old bowl of oatmeal, and I'm eating it. I ate it, and like a couple of hours later, he was in the bathroom downstairs. I'm in the bathroom upstairs because I was skywriting. My guts was I must have gained weight and lost weight that same day. Crazy, man.
Yeah, this comment that T-Berry made earlier, he said, my granny would make them crispy pancakes. Good God. Dude, I know what you're talking about.
What's that?
I knew somebody that made those pancakes too. When I was in high school, man, I had some friends on the south side of the city. And everybody in their family was overweight, man. It was like, I went over there one time. They said, man, you want some pancakes? I was like, pancakes in the afternoon? Oh, man.
Oh,
man,
shoot.
eat some pancakes. Dude, I ate those pancakes. I was like, I ain't never had no pancakes like this. No. They were crispy on the edges and everything, light and fluffy in the middle. I still can't make them like that.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of my brother, because he used to get creative, he said, you want some pancakes? I said, all right. So I'm eating the pancakes, and I said, I know I smelled like you was cooking some kind of meat. So I'm like, where the sausage at? This dude, it wasn't sausage. He fried some bologna. And while he put the pancake in the pan, he put the bologna slices inside the pancake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the bologna was inside the pancake. And it was so clever. And I ate like 4 of those joints, man. Tell me.
Yeah, that's what my grandmother used to do with the Tennessee Pride sausage. She didn't make pancakes a lot, but when she did make them, like if it was just me and her in the house, she'd make pancakes. But she didn't want to make it when all the grandkids was there because it's gonna be too much work. So she make everybody else eat toast. You know what I'm saying? But man, if I got to just be there with her, I said, "Grandma, I want some pancakes." Man, she had that Tennessee Pride sausage already be done.
Yeah,
pancake in the skillet and crumble up pieces of that Tennessee Pride sausage on top of the pancake, and then it fall in there, and then she flip it. It's in there. So all you gotta do is put syrup on top. That's why I said McDonald's stole the McGriddle from my grandma.
Hey, you know what? You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying, man. That they had to have gotten that from somewhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
They had to. But I gotta bounce. I gotta go do pep talk. I gotta talk about Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But we're about to wind it down, though. Give me final words, Drew, before you go.
Oh man, this was great, man. Nostalgia. That's why we do this show, man. That's why we do this show. You see how we started talking about other stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is great, man. So that's why I look forward to Mondays, man. You know, and if you had a proper childhood, Mondays is gonna be easy because we could literally talk about anything because it's our experience.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna find out what that damn meat patty was. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna find it.
I'm gonna look it up too.
Man. Hell yeah, I gotta look it up, man. But salute,
appreciate you, Drew, man. Appreciate you, helping me with this show, man. We always find a way to turn it into something really special. So
that's right.
Everybody take that positive energy over to Drew Titan's Painful Excellence channel. He's coming right up in a few minutes, about 5 minutes. So salute to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute, General. We'll talk.
Peace, bro.
Yes,
General, your final thoughts and words, bro. And thank you for joining me this evening, and Drew.
Sir, thank you for having me, man. I love these type of conversations, man, because these are just natural conversations. They ain't got to be forced. You're just going down memory lane, you know what I'm saying? So I love this type of stuff, man. Whenever y'all doing something like this, let me know, man. If I got time, I'll hop on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, it's good reminiscing. Now my ass is hungry and shit.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna eat me some corned beef hash in the morning though, for real.
Look here, I had bought this
super donut.
I had bought these packs of super donuts, right? And I told you it's the same place that you said you went to with Black and
CC.
CC, yeah, and it's the same spot, But now they used to sell them in a case, right? And in the case you get like 32, but they reduced it to a smaller size where you could buy like a pack of 12.
Right.
So I had bought a pack of 12 a few months ago and put them in the deep freezer. It's like, so I got 2 left now. I don't eat them every day or nothing, but when I got that little taste, I'm like, man. So yeah, that's what I do, man. And like you said earlier, a good chocolate milk with that bad boy, man. Toast curled up like this, eating that bad boy.
All right, man. Well, thanks for having me, Stormy. I'm gonna catch you in a minute.
All right, man. You take it easy. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir. Salute to the chat. We up out of here.
All right. Peace to you. Yeah. So that's what's up, you guys. We had a great one tonight. Remembering grade school cafeteria meals. Man, it's like something to tell about. You know, it's like we covered quite a bit. And there's always more to talk about. But that whole experience is a wonderful thing when you can reflect upon it and enjoy that with friends and people who also experienced or had similar experiences. That's what it's all about when we do that. So just know that when you come around here and we get to talking like that, hey, it's nothing like it, man. Being able to enjoy. So I want to say we got to hear from my brother, Junior the Truth, with the Black Gentleman. We didn't play that ad earlier. We're going to play it now.
We offer the best grooming products for you. Yes, all natural and handcrafted too. We want to help be your swagger, style, class, and luxury. We make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the Black, yeah. Grooming company. Give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. The Black Gentleman, yeah. Company. Give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. So we've come to the end of another Nerds on Culture. This is episode number 123. We're moving right along, remembering grade school cafeteria meals, the tales. Yeah. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, those who hit the like button, those who came in a little late. Please go back and catch the replay because it's well worth the entertainment. Just know that we do this for you guys. It's an opportunity to come online and let your hair down, so to speak, and just reminisce on what's great about our culture here in the US of A. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will look forward to catching you guys next time with another Nerds on Culture. Peace to everybody out there. Enjoy the rest of your week.